Leah here for Clarence Media, and today I'm having a chat with Patrick Deegan, who's one of the candidates in the upcoming election. Patrick is running for the Labor Party. Thank you for taking the time to have a chat to us today.
No, thanks, Leah. It's a great opportunity.
And so we'll start off. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your background and how and why you got into politics?
Okay, so I left school at 16 in casino at a time when there weren't a lot of opportunities. But what I could do is I could go to TAFE and it was free. And that opened up a lot of opportunities for me. It led to some part-time and casual employment and to a traineeship with the local council. From there, I was able to continue working part-time and go to the local university in Lismore. The reality is that same 16-year-old today doesn't have the same opportunities as I had. TAFE is not free anymore. The employment opportunities just aren't available, and the opportunities that I had to progress through university just aren't there. And I really want to fight to make sure that young people in our communities today have a lot more opportunities, and they can have those opportunities in our communities right here in Page. Once I left university, I've spent over 20 years working in the social welfare sector, working with some of the most disadvantaged people and communities right across the Page electorate. And in that time, what I have seen is that life has actually gotten harder for people. It's harder for people to pay their bills, to keep a roof over their heads, to put food on the table. And I really put my hand up for politics is because I think Australia deserves better, and Labor is the party that will look after people. We've got great policies around housing, around funding for childcare, for aged care, ensuring workers in aged care are paid a proper living wage, properly fund Medicare, and really deliver a better future for the people of Page and the people of Australia.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. And what has been the reaction of your community since you announced that you were running?
Yes, I've had a lot of positive feedback. People are really keen to see somebody like myself put their hand up, somebody who's just an average person in the community. I've spent my life working to help other people improve their situation in life, and I now want to do that on another level by supporting the whole community and speaking up for the community in Parliament.
Yep. Now, this next one can be political or not. What is your greatest achievement?
Well, obviously, it's pretty standard response, I guess, but my children, I guess. My children are my pride and joy. I've got 4 kids. My oldest is 22, and then I've got 3 teenagers, and I really just want to ensure that they can have the same opportunities as I had.
Teenagers, fun times.
It is.
I know how you're feeling.
Yes.
And so back to politics. Who, past or present, do you admire in politics?
Well, obviously there are... The obvious answer is someone like Nelson Mandela, who did amazing things for his country and his people to end apartheid in South Africa and, really change the life of people in their country. There's so many current politicians that really do inspire me. People like Tanya Plibersek, Jim Chalmers, and of course Anthony Albanese, who is somebody who grew up in social housing himself with a single mother with disabilities and is able to see the benefits that he achieved and want to ensure that other people across the country have those same opportunities.
Yep. And what is your favourite Labor Party policy?
For me, it's probably the aged care policy that Labor has in place. Residents of aged care facilities are some of the most vulnerable in our community, and they ensure the highest quality of care. We need to ensure that aged care is properly funded, properly staffed. Aged care workers are currently paid a starting wage of about $22 an hour. Labor supports the case before the Fair Work Commission at the moment for a $5 an hour pay rise to bring their wages up to a living wage, to ensure that the workers who perform some of the most important work in the community are paid a proper living wage, and to ensure nurses are on duty in aged care facilities 24 hours a day.
Yep. Okay. And what is your vision for Page?
Well, the vision for Page is to ensure that we have high quality health services through Medicare, attract more GPs to the area so that people can see a doctor, have proper funding for TAFE so our young people can get an education locally and have those opportunities, whether they want to go into trades or whether they want to go on to further study, to have more employment opportunities in the area, proper funding for childcare so that childcare costs don't prevent people from working and earning a living. But really, just to make sure that people in our electorate are not taken for granted and are not left behind anymore.
Okay. What do you think is the greatest challenge facing the people of Page?
Well, there's so many. Housing and cost of living is enormous, but obviously at the moment the big issue is the devastating floods that communities to the north of the electorate have experienced. Sadly, the support by the federal government has been lacking. It's too hard for people to be able to access the support that they need, to work out which agency they need to go to, and the money has to start flowing to support these people. They need certainty about whether they can return to their houses and what their options are. Weeks after these events, people still don't have that certainty. They don't have that hope. We need proper mental health support services for these highly traumatised people and communities. And we need one-stop case management for people to be able to access the support that they need. At the moment, they're going from agency to agency, trying to work out which grant they might be available for, they might be eligible for, and they're finding that they're applying for grants where they don't fit the criteria, and then there's other grants that they could be applying for but they don't know that they're there. So if we had one-stop case management where people could tell their story once, give their information once, have that one point of contact, and if further information is needed, those people come back to them and navigate the system for them.
Yep. So what does the future of Page look like if you're elected on the 21st?
Well, it will be a better future for the people of Page and for the people of Australia. Our positive plans for increased funding for childcare, for aged care, for Medicare, free TAFE courses to ensure our young people have opportunities, wages that will keep up with the cost of living. There'll be more opportunities for the people of Page and better access to services, particularly healthcare.
And okay, so if people want to find out more about you, Labor, your policies, where can they either talk to you or contact you?
Yes, so we've got a website, patrickdeegan.com.au, which is the one-stop shop where you'll find information on our policies and contact details. You can also send me an email at patrick.deegan@onyourside.net.au or drop into our office here in Grafton, right next to the Saracen Theatre.
Okay, and before we go, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just that this is a really important election. People are telling me they're unhappy with the Morrison government and the rorts, the scandals, and not following through on commitments. Some people have voted for the National Party all their life, but they're unhappy with the current government. This time, if they want to see a change, if they want to send a message to the government and the National Party. They need to change their vote to Labor. By changing their vote once, it doesn't mean that they have to change their vote at every election, but it's an opportunity to send a clear message for a better future for the people of Page and the people of Australia.
Wonderful. Thanks for your time and good luck on the 21st.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.